All right. You're on.
Okay, I call to order the board meeting of Oak Park and Root Forest High School at 6:30 p.m. in the boardroom of Oak Park and Root Forest High School. And after roll call.
Mr. Brisbane, Dr. Maharaj, Mr. Arkin,
Here.
Ms. Williams-Lee,
Here.
Dr. Livingston, Mr. Brad Norris,
Here.
Mr. Costi.
Here. Our first order of business is recognition of retiring and newly elected board members. Starting with recognition of retiring board members.
Do we have him?
Who's retiring? Is it just me?
This issue
Okay.
today?
Fred, do you have something you want to start with?
Sure. So Tom, it's. I'll say my spiel first. Okay. I heard a comment you made the other night to Bob when he asked you how you felt about leaving the board, and you said fulfilled, and you should be. Your 12 years of commitment have been remarkable. The change that you have helped lead has reshaped the future of the district. The district is now aligned to provide 21st century learning to all of our students. You have demonstrated an unwavering dedication to the students, staff, and families of OPRF. Your thoughtful leadership provides an emphasis on the best interests of our students. Yes, you leave OPRFHS in a much better place than it was 12 years ago. I can honestly say serving with you has made me a better person. We will carry on and follow the path you have charted. Thank you, Tom, for your time, your energy, your integrity, and your steadfast belief in the power of education. Your contributions have left a lasting impact, and your service will always be cherished. We know that you have a fascination with Evans, and so the board decided, to get you a little bit of some reference material. All right, so that when the summer solstice comes around.
All right. Thank you. Thank you for your kind words.
And people have memories are on the inside of the back.
Okay, a yearbook, kind of.
Kind of, yeah. Some signatures.
Oh, thank you all. Thank you so much. So the references, for those who are not in the know, I like to kind of mark the different meeting dates with where we are in the sun or lunar calendar, because we always have meetings right around solstice. We've even spanned seasons in single meetings. So,
Not too long ago.
and it wasn't a long meeting. Thank you.
I also just want to praise everyone. You have been wonderful for this district. Although I was on the board for about a year and a half. Just seeing what's been happening in the district in the time back with Oak Park, in my case, I've gone through school. Just a very firm footing that is on in terms of not just the financial piece, which we like to teach you about and which you do quite well, but also the process and the infrastructure and making sure that the board runs and works well to support our students. And so I really have enjoyed getting to know you, becoming friends with you over this time. And just really want to express my, just personal appreciation for all you've done for the district and just how you helped me personally too. So thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
I also want to recognize Mariana. I think there's also lower off the board tonight. I don't know if she's listening or will listen in the future, but yeah, I think that Marianne has been incredibly impactful, and it's been consistently for the last 4 years the voice for the most vulnerable, whether it's students or our faculty and staff or our families. She has consistently been in public session and certainly behind the scenes. She has been a relentless advocate for this whole. And I think that's a challenge to all of us, especially Mary Ann, to take up. I was trying to think about what to emphasize. There are so many things to talk about with you that, I mean, the arc of the last 12 years, I mean, their service, it really is it's the arc of the success of this institution, the change that we have seen in the past 12 years in this high school and in this district are enormous. And you've been here for every moment of it and led a significant part of it. But I think that you know, if your legacy certainly is going to be felt in, you know, in new construction and new policy and beginning to close the achievement gap and endless number of other policies. But I think that one thing that that you have succeeded in doing is instilling a cultural shift at this board and within multiple administrations. You've got business principles, goal setting, adherence to those goals. So with relentless insistence on thinking about process rather than one-off decision making. And those are things that are really meaningful. They're maybe not tangible, but they're really meaningful. And you know, just as I said with Mary Ann, I think that that's a challenge to the rest of us who remain on board to continue to apply those principles, to continue to think in those terms. I know you trained the administration to do that, and I think that the rest of the board members are going to carry that legacy on. I think that is going to be maybe the most lasting legacy is that the installation of business principles. So I'm so grateful to you, Tom. I'm so grateful to Mary Ann as well for your service. Godspeed to you both.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah. So I was intentionally a couple minutes late just for you for your last meetings, and you appreciate it. My wife got stuck on the blue line portion, so but yeah, I mean, sort of to pick up a little where Tim left off, I can't think of more different board members than you and Mary Ann. Different personalities, different skill sets, different orientation. You guys are really just could not be different. However, I cannot underscore enough how much I see the value in both perspectives on this board over the last couple of years. And it's been a real, both perspectives have contributed immensely to making this board more well-rounded, and those perspectives have really contributed towards us making the most informed decisions as a group, without question. And I value the indirect mentorship indirect and direct mentorship I got from both of you in the last couple of years, and you will be missed. Your as Fred mentioned, your Wiccan solstice perspective will also be missed as well. I certainly was educated on several fronts there, but expect a copy of Robert Frost's. So it's with 30-year clarity and education on all things New England and otherwise. But you'll be missed, and Mary Ann. Thank you so much.
We have something we want to share with you from the district here, but before we do that, I also want to share, Tom, that working with you over the past 8 years, but really the past 4 years, and really since you've been board president most closely, has been everything that we've heard so far in these comments. It's been incredibly informative for me as superintendent, and so personally, I want to thank you as you're a mentor to me in many ways. You've served that role, and you've been a good friend, at times a wonderfully critical friend. But most importantly, you lead always with what is in the best interest of the students in this school and this community at large consistently. You are always challenging from that perspective, and that deserves forever respect and support from our community. And I do want to share one last thing that I admire, and that is your energy for the work you do is absolutely prolific. I can't imagine anybody ever coming into a role similar to yours in this community and showing up with greater energy and consistency for the job. It really is truly impressive. So thank you on both the professional and the personal level for what you've done.
Thank you so much.
And so, Lisa, we have two things here, correct? All right. There were gifts that went to Mary Ann previously at a previous board meeting because we knew she would be here today. You're doing the box, right? So first, for time served for 12 years, clock from the district, that reads through your time and dedication, you have made our district what it is today.
Thank you so much. Wow, that's beautiful.
Your second gift from the district, first of all, Tom, it's been an interesting time with you. Very interesting time with you, but it's been a pleasure. So on behalf of the district, again, there's some mementos. A thank you card from everyone that signed. Tom always have a little notebook, so we actually have a OPRF Board of Education notebook that we actually etched for you.
Oh, it's beautiful.
A beautiful water bottle, so he can remember where he came from. A poster, so you can put your water bottle on, and some retirement wind chimes. Along with your old picture.
There we go.
And your board plaque nameplate that shows Tom Kosky, board president.
Awesome. Thank you.
You're welcome.
My turn?
Oh, no, we're done. You have to.
Okay. And for you guys know, I kind of tend to be prepared. So kind of scripted in my remarks, more so that I wouldn't forget things, because I have a lot to talk about, a lot to share. So I was born, in 2013, I did something I never would have imagined, which is I ran for public office after a brief stint on a finance committee because I thought that I had something to offer. I campaigned with my tortoise mascot and See Tom Run slogan, supported by my friends. I found these cards that I have from my original campaign, and in it, I haven't looked at this in a while, but there's two things that it says. I will protect, improve, and grow the community treasure we call Oak Park River Forest High School. And I will manage investments in education with prudence and discipline. And it says the tortoise is in my DNA. So whatever that's what I said 12 years ago. And I want to talk about this period of time and the wonderful people I met. 12 years and 3 terms later, 10,000 students have graduated from this institution while I've been here. And I've run 10,000 miles. So See Tom Run. But the race is now over for this tortoise. I greatly enjoyed my time on the board, in large part because of the people I have met and worked with. I've learned a tremendous amount, and the work has really enriched my life. While it is difficult to see progress and change when facing daily challenges, it is rewarding to reflect on over a decade of work committed to our students and community. We have taken action and made bold decisions in areas that have been talked about for decades. I have found that lasting change can happen but it requires time, energy, patience, persistence, collaboration, and buy-in, amongst other things. One of the key responsibilities of a school board is to hire and oversee a superintendent to lead our district. We hired Dr. Joylyn Pruitt Adams in 2016, and she successfully recruited and prepared Greg to take over in 2021, giving this district 9 years of strong, steady leadership in tortoise style. This stability and leadership has been critical to all the changes that have been initiated. So thank you for that stability. Financially, the past 12 years, I've been dedicated to carrying out the guidance of the Financial Advisory Committee that started in 2013 to address the financial concerns of the district at the time, which is a ballooning fund balance. We modified the budgetary process while shifting the district's financial mindset, as was mentioned, committed to balancing expenses and revenue over the long term while eliminating these end-of-year budget revisions and true-up budgets. We changed our levy philosophy from tax to the max to levy what was needed. And I'm very proud that after maximum levies in years directly preceding my service, we have completed 12 consecutive years of not taxing to the max, something unheard of, leaving roughly $80 million plus interest in our taxpayers' pockets. And this equates to roughly 1 full year of D200 taxes. This was done carefully to avoid drastic swings that create instability. We implemented compensation philosophy for our non-union personnel. I personally was involved in negotiations of 3 faculty senate contracts spanning 12 years, using data to drive our decisions aimed at assuring we can attract and retain the best faculty while curbing the unsustainable salary growth from prior decades. We created and adopted the use of the evidence-based funding model to use data in our staffing decisions. This transformed hiring from being emotionally based to fact-based. And all of these efforts slowed the rate of expense growth for the district over the past number of years. And Tim, to your points, this is all about putting in place discipline and process. After over a half century of stagnation in our facilities, we made significant long-term investments for students attending this school for the next century. Over $170 million has been invested or committed despite foregoing the $80 million in allowable tax revenue and without asking for additional funds. Imagine Project One, expanding and modernize the Student Resource Center, bringing the 400-meter track onto campus, redoing the baseball, softball fields in collaboration with the Parks District. And a footnote on that one, the man to my right deserves all of the credit of creativity because that was a project that many said can't be done. And Greg went out and measured the field, right?
Well, not personally.
You didn't have it working. Yeah. So you said it can be done, and that brings that activity that our students were having to commute to Concordia onto campus in our most student, highest number of students activity. Project 2 is underway and will replace the century-old southwest corner of the building. We are installing the largest geothermal field for a school in our state, maybe in the planet, we don't know, to heat and cool this project too. And we are executing a 10-year facilities maintenance plan. There have been major policy additions and modifications and curriculum enhancements to best meet our student needs. Our academic programs are stronger and getting better every day. We created a racial equity policy. We created a sustainability policy. We enhanced our gender equity policy. We were revamping all curriculum to assure rigor and uniformity, we modified the freshman curriculum to assure greater access, and are resequencing the math curriculum. The career and tech education programs have been greatly expanded, developing numerous opportunities to prepare students for non-4-year college post-high school paths, including nursing, technology, culinary, etc. We have seen a 50% increase in AP classes taken, and the percentage receiving passing scores has continued to increase. Dr. Johnson, you should be proud of this institution that you are leading and your predecessor led. We survived COVID, and we think we did. Our investments in technology and one-to-one devices reduced the massive challenge of working through this. And finally, our board has invested some of its energy in reviewing and enhancing board governance, outlining norms and board processes while holding the administration accountable to run the school. And we recently added student delegates to sit here with us at the board table to enhance student voice. So I think fulfilled is a good word in listening to what has been done by the leaders of this institution. As I step off the board, I want to offer my sincere thanks as follows. First, to my wife, Karen, and our 5 children I may get teary, for supporting and encouraging me during the thousands of hours of board work. Second, my daughter Jennifer for helping me better understand and appreciate how teachers do their magic. To my dear friends who supported my 3 campaigns for this board, and especially to Paul Carberry for planting the seed for my initial run. This is my dad, excuse me, who left us 1 year ago today. He taught me so much. And was always an inspiration and a good ear to talk to. Thank you, Dad. To my employer, Oil Drive, for allowing me to dedicate time to school board work. To the roughly 10,000 students who have moved through this school for inspiring and motivating me to act on their behalf, as well as in the interest of future generations of Huskies. To the dedicated administrators, faculty, and staff of this excellent institution, I have gained a tremendous amount of respect for and have learned greatly from our educators. And to you, Greg, especially, I thank you for your commitment and leadership. It has truly been a pleasure working beside you as board president these past 3 years. To our community members for putting their trust in me to work on their behalf. To the past board members, 21 in all, for their dedication and commitment to our students and community. I've learned from each of them and developed some great professional as well as personal relationships. And a special thanks to Audrey and Fred for recommitting yourself to this district. And lastly, to our newly elected board members for running for public office at a time when government is chaotic at best. There are some who may claim to represent this community, constantly challenging and sometimes disrupting the work of the board or trying to set its agenda, stating that board members have no courage to say what they want to hear, while remaining on their stone-throwing perch, willing to provide complete judgment on incomplete information. You are the courageous ones, putting your neck on the line to be chosen to act on behalf of our students and our community. In this recent election, our community members were essentially asked to choose between staying the course outlined over this past decade or going backwards. And I am delighted that there was a strong support to stay the course. The work is never done, but I am honored to pass it on to you as the next board to responsibly work alongside the administration, serving our precious students and beloved community. Thank you. I cede the chair.
Mr. Coffee, Mr. Kowski, you still have some stuff?
We have work to do.
Oh, yes, sir.
Yeah.
We're not done yet.
Oh. Okay. So we are now going to certify the results, right?
Yes, sir.
Officials, certificate of results of the April 1, 2025 consolidated election of the high school Board of Education, Oak Park and River Forest D200 is attached within the agenda. Cook County Clerk's Office, after having completed a canvass of all votes cast for the high school Board of Education for OPRF D200, certifies that the listed candidates received the following vote totals. Kathleen Odell, 9,691. Audrey Williams Lee, 9,278. Fred Arkin, 8,817. Joshua Gertz, 5,522. Nathan Melman, 5,361. And David Shafsma, 4,603. Congratulations to newly elected and re-elected board members Joshua Gertz, Kathleen Odell, Audrey Williams Lee, and Fred Arkin. Is there anything that you would like to say?
The only thing that I would say is I would appreciate the confidence of the voters and electing the four of us, and we really look forward to continue to serve the school and serve this district really well, and to keep up with the work that we love, sir.
Yes, I would also like to thank the community and the voters for having the confidence enough in me to re-elect me. I'd also like to thank the people that supported me in my campaign. And also my roommates. It was great to get out in the field and people, a lot of different people. And I appreciate the trust that the community shows in me, and I will try my best to live up to it and continue to do what I've done for the last 8 years. 10 years. Thank you.
Thank you. Kathleen or Josh?
I'll just echo the sentiments of Audrey and Fred to express my appreciation to the voters and the community. And I will just say, you know, it really is an honor. I think seeing Marianne and Tom step off the board, so much great work has been done. It's an honor to be joining this board, and I just commit to taking the work incredibly seriously and moving forward many of the initiatives that you all have just described. So thanks to everyone. I'm excited to get started.
Thank you.
Yes, last order of business.
I see that.
Yes, you do.
Oh. Okay. Although most school boards traditionally mark the seating of new members with some form of ceremony, there was no official oath of office required for school board members until 2006. Additional language was added in 2018. This law requires the school board members, before taking their seats on the board, to take an official oath. Therefore, I will assist in the seating of the members. You can see it, so I can go full paragraph at a time. Yes, sir. Oh,
Thank you.
okay. Please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I do solemnly swear that I will faithfully discharge the duties of the office of member of the Board of Education of Oak Park River Forest High School District 200 in accordance with the Constitution of the United States, the Constitution of the State of Illinois, and the laws of the State of Illinois to the best of my ability.
I, Joshua Kurtz, do solemnly swear that I will faithfully discharge the duties of the office of member of the Board of Education of OPRF High School District 200 in accordance with the Constitution of the United States, the constitutions of the state of Illinois, and the laws of the state of Illinois to the best of my ability.
I further swear that I shall respect taxpayer interests by serving as a faithful protector of the school district's assets.
I further affirm that I shall respect taxpayer interests by serving as a faithful protector of the school district's assets.
I shall encourage and respect the free expression of opinion by my fellow board members and others who seek a hearing before the board, while respecting the privacy of students and employees.
I shall encourage and respect the free expression of opinion by my fellow board members and others who seek a hearing before the board, while respecting the privacy of students and employees.
I shall recognize that a board member has no legal authority as an individual and that decisions can be made only by a majority vote at a public board meeting.
I shall recognize that a board member has no legal authority as an individual and that decisions will be made only by a majority vote at a public board meeting.
I shall abide by the majority decisions of the board while retaining the right to seek changes in such decisions through ethical and constructive channels.
I shall abide by the majority decisions of the board while retaining the right to seek changes in such decisions through ethical and constructive channels.
As part of the D200 Board of Education, I shall accept the responsibility for my role in the equitable and quality education of every student in the school district.
As part of the D200 Board of Education, I shall accept the responsibility for my role in the equitable and quality education of every student in the school district.
I shall foster with the board extensive participation of the community, formulate goals, define outcomes, and set the course for Oak Park North Forest High School District 200.
I shall foster with the board extensive participation of the community, formulate goals, define outcomes, and set the course for Oak Park River Forest High School District 200.
I shall assist in establishing a structure and an environment designed to ensure all students have the opportunity to attain their maximum potential through a sound organizational framework.
I shall assist in establishing a structure and an environment designed to ensure all students have the opportunity to attain their maximum potential through a sound organizational framework.
I shall strive to ensure a continuous assessment of student achievements and all conditions affecting the education of our children in compliance with state law.
I shall strive to ensure a continuous assessment of student achievement and all conditions affecting the education of our children in compliance with state law.
I shall serve as education's key advocate on behalf of students in our community school to advance the vision of Oak Park and River Forest High School District 200.
I shall serve as education's key advocate on behalf of students and our community school to advance the vision for Oak Park River Forest High School District 200.
And I shall strive to work together with the district superintendent to lead the school district toward fulfilling the vision of the board has created, fostering excellence for every student in the areas of academic skills, knowledge, citizenship, and personnel development.
I shall strive to work together with the district superintendent to lead the school district toward fulfilling the vision the board has created, fostering excellence for every student in the areas of academic skills, knowledge, citizenship, and personal development.
But I'm gonna say by the powers invested as the state of Illinois,
I now pronounce it.
I pronounce you school board members.
Now, what should we do?
Yeah.
Let's have a seat down.
I'm getting out of here, Spruce.
It's one more important.
Thank you.
Yeah. Oh.
Thank you. Pause. Thank you. Yeah.
Josh?
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I guess, yeah, wait.
Sit down. Well, once you sit over there.
Oh, I'll take one.
Oh, you guys got to sit wherever.
Thank you.
John, speak on it.
Thank you. Yes.
Make sure you call again. Whatever, first of.
Is that the day? Yeah.
Sorry.
Thank you.
Mr. Burns, I actually have you right here, sir.
Oh, there you go.
Back over there.
Clerk of the board, please.
For our next agenda item, we are going to do board elections. At this time, since our fearless president has stepped down, we would need to nominate and elect a president pro tempore to start the board elections. Once the board president is elected, they will resume the nominations and elections of the vice president and the secretary of seats. I just need one member to be nominated. A second is not required, and this could be a voice vote, right? Okay, go ahead.
I'll nominate Audrey Williams.
Please.
Oh. I nominate Audrey Williams Lee.
As president pro tem?
Yep.
All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, say nay. All right. You're gonna do first one first. You're gonna do president. And then. Both of them. Okay. So. Yeah, sorry, that's.
Thank you, Lisa. Nominations, are now in order for the office of president for a one-year term beginning May 8th, 2025. And I call for any nominations for president.
I nominate Audrey Williams to lead the board.
Any
We got a second? Any other nominations?
Audrey Williams Lee is nominated. Any further nominations? And hearing no further nominations, I will declare the nominations for president closed.
We're gonna do scenario one.
Pardon?
We're gonna do scenario one.
I'll start it. I hereby declare Audrey Williams Lee, myself, elected to the seat of president by acclamation and direct the board clerk to record record in the minutes.
So do we noted?
Nominations are now in order for the office of the vice president for a one-year term beginning May 8th, 2025. I call for any nominations for vice president.
I nominate Tim Brandhurst.
Second,
Second.
Tim Bransworth is nominated. Any further nominations? Hearing no further nominations, I will declare nominations for vice president closed. I hereby declare Tim Brandhurst elected to the seat of vice president by acclamation and direct the board clerk to so record in the minutes.
So duly noted.
Nominations are now in order for the office of secretary for a one-year term beginning May 8th, 2025. I call for any nominations for secretary. And I would like to nominate Jonathan Livingston.
Second.
Jonathan Livingston is nominated. Are there any further nominations? Hearing no further nominations, I will declare the nominations for secretary closed. And hereby declare Jonathan Livingston elected to the seat of secretary by acclamation and direct the clerk to so record in the minutes.
So duly noted.
And now for all the nominations.
So you just finished with the swearing.
Okay. And now we will move to public comments. Are there any public comments?
None tonight.
Are there any future agenda items? Okay, hearing none, I, Audrey Williams Lee, move to adjourn the special organizational meeting at 7:11 p.m. Second. And second by Tim Bernhardt. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, say no. Okay. Meeting adjourned, and congratulations to everybody. Thank you.